Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following message that you are going to be listening to, it comes from an email that was forwarded to me by one of our admins, and the email reads like this. Hello my brother, how are you? Can you please post my story as anonymous? I am a man who is aged 37. I can safely say that I am a billionaire, but what is the purpose of having a billion that you can't invest, a billion that you cannot be given at once, a billion that you cannot use in any kind of a way? This billion, when I went to do these money-making rituals, I was told that it was going to be stored in the spiritual realm, and after performing those rituals that will be required from me by the shrine, then a portion from that billion was going to be removed, and when the money would run dry, then I would lose my life. And what pains me the most is that I am not allowed to use this money in any kind of way that I want. I am always directed as to how I am supposed to use this money. I am only allowed to buy the most expensive cars, as well as blowing out the money on women, and usually donating the money to those people that will be specifically chosen by the shrine, even though they will be in desperate need. But the way that I donate to them, I'll be stealing off their destiny. Do not get me wrong. There are some people out there that are doing a good job of helping other people that are struggling. But in my own case, I only donate so that the shrine can steal people's destiny. Then the other task that was given to me at the time of me performing my blood money making rituals, I had to target women, but these women that I target, they are supposed to be the poor ones, and when I start dating them, I do not reveal my true identity to them, because that is the part of the ritual. Usually what I do is that when I start targeting a woman, if I see that she has a husband that is working, I'll just try to place myself in a situation whereby I can act like I can give her a life that is much better than the life that she is being given by her husband, and then I'll start offering her gifts. And one thing about women is that they are always chasing after the latest iPhone. Buy a woman an iPhone, then you will have a heart for the rest of your life. This is what I usually do after chasing after this poor woman. Then I would give her a gift, and I would tell her that simply because I want her to communicate with me, I have chosen to buy her a phone. And when she opens the phone, she will see that this is like a very expensive phone. Usually they will start falling in love with me. With time, I will slowly start introducing the woman to my lifestyle, and it is like there is a spirit that tries to show them that this relationship that they are entering into, it is a relationship that has been created by the devil. The majority of these women, they do see some spiritual items in my house soon after I have invited them into my house, but because of the love of money, they will just choose to ignore everything, and they would continue dating me. I still remember that there was this other young lady. I went and I met her at this other university when I had gone there to do some donations. She then fell in love with me, and I fell in love with her. The first time that she came to my household for a sleepover, I actually thought that she was going to be the one that was going to expose me because of the things that she saw. Whilst I had left her in the living room, she then saw that just behind the TV there was this other big python snake. It then started coming out of the walls. She was supposed to be scared of this thing. Like, is it even possible? If it was someone that was sober-minded, this person was going to say that this thing that I have seen, it is nothing but rituals. Let me flee, let me run and escape with my life. But she kept on sitting there. I watched her as he saw that snake, as it was getting from behind the television, as if it was stuck between the walls. Then it pulled itself from the walls, then it disappeared. She never shifted, she never did anything. And when I entered into the living room, even though she was feeling nervous, but because of the promise of money and getting married to a man that was wealthy, this kept her in this relationship until the day that she passed away. She just died a natural death, but to other people it felt like it was a natural death, but her soul had already been stolen by the shrine. The way that they see these gods that give me money is that they would have a dream, and in the dreams they will be tied on top of a coffin, and then they will be told that they are a worthy sacrifice for the shrine. And when they wake up, usually before they die, they would see that they will be placed on top of an altar. Then they will continue dreaming. These dreams serve as sort of like a warning for them to stop dating me, but because of the love of money, they will continue dating me. Within 2 weeks of this woman having this unnatural dream, then I would have to blow money on her, so much that I can actually even spend $1 million on her within a month just before she dies. What I'll do is that I would start taking her to the most expensive vacations, and slowly I would reveal my lifestyle to her, a lifestyle of traveling all over the world, living in 5-star hotels, blowing money. And I will always encourage them not to reveal my wealth to other people, telling them that people are very jealous. If they find out that I am a rich guy, then they are going to bewitch you. After spending money on them, I will then return with them back home, and where I will promise them more money. But for the meantime, I will give the girl money so that she can give her parents, or for her to keep it in a safe place. And I will tell her not to use this money, and I will say that if you do not use this money, in a few days, I am going to give you double that amount. I will pretend as if I want to test this woman if she will be able to save money. So since I would have revealed my lifestyle to them, they would want to prove a point. Usually when they take this money from me, they won't even use it at all. They would go and hand over the money to their parents or to anyone who is very close to them. But in reality, what will be happening is that the money that I would have given them, the money will end up being used for her own funeral. The money will just be enough to buy a coffin and food that is going to be cooked on her funeral. These women, they die in different ways depending with what the shrine wants. Usually just before they die, I would be told what I'm supposed to do. And I was also told that just before they die, the truth will be revealed to them, and they will be told that they are worthy sacrifices for the shrine. And I can only imagine the fear and the horror of being told by an evil spirit that you are about to be killed and your blood is going to be harvested as a sacrifice for the shrine. After the death of the woman that I'll be dating at that time, that I would have chosen for her to become a sacrifice for the shrine, usually I am taken to the mortuary where her body would be kept. This happens late at night, and I have to personally wash a dead body. This I do around 2 a.m. under the guardianship of the people that would have been sent with me by that priest that made me to perform these rituals. And no wonder why people get attacks around 2 a.m. It is because of the evil deeds that people do at night. After me washing her deceased body, I am forced to drink water that I would have used when I would be bathing her body. This water would be placed in this ritual cup, and this is a very difficult thing for me to do, to wash a human corpse of a woman that you would have dated, and knowing very well that you are the reason as to why she has lost her life. And each and every time that I am forced to drink this water that I would have used to wash a deceased body, then it is a traumatic thing for me to do. I no longer feel like a human being anymore. I do not feel anything anymore. It is like the most innocent part of my soul was removed, and I don't know if you understand me when I say I feel like an innocent part of my soul was removed. The rest of the water, I heard that some pastors, they buy it, and after buying it, they use it on their own church members. So just like a person who is dead, they are docile, so their church members will be like dead people. Even if a pastor will do something bad, they would never revolt against the pastor. This is what some of the guys that go with me to the mortuaries have told me. On the next day, at the same exact time that the woman that I would have sacrificed dies, I have to go to the place where we have our shrine and our altar. This altar, it is at our priest's house, and at that same time that she died the previous day, at our altar, she will appear, but she will appear in physical form, and I am not allowed to look at her body because my head will be covered with a black bag, and physically when she appears, that is when they murder her completely, because when she is in the mortuary, she is just made to look like she is a dead person, but spiritually she won't be dead like dead. They finish her off on top of the altar. After this has been done, I'll then be led into another room where there is a coffin, and in that coffin there is always money. So this money, it is like I'll be taking money just like you do when you are taking out money from your bank account. This coffin, it is linked to all the people that have gotten their blood money through this shrine. So each and every time that I perform this ritual, I am allowed to go and take some money, and I have to fill up that bag, the one that they would have used to cover my head. And after removing it, then I would be instructed to fill it up with money until the next ritual. This room, it has 7 doors. The one that has that coffin, that is always full of money. This room, even though it has 7 doors, but it has no windows. The rest of the 6 doors, all of them, they will lead you out of that house. So after taking the money, what I do is that I leave the house and I head straight to my car without ever looking back. And on that same day, I have to find a homeless person to give a small portion of the money, just like they do in Christianity, whereby you go to church and you pay your tithing. I have to remove not 10%, but only 3% of the money that would have been given to me by the shrine. After doing that, then the destiny of that poor person will be transferred back to the shrine. When I started doing this, I thought that the money that I was going to earn on my first job, it was going to be sufficient enough to bring me happiness. And yes, it brought me happiness, even when I was with a lady that I knew that at the end of the day, she was going to be my sacrifice. This gave me a lot of control and joy over the woman that I will be dating. But with time, all of these evil deeds that I have done, it has gotten to me. And the other thing that I want to tell you, even though it might end up being a long story, I'll try to cut it short. I am now attracted to mentally ill people. I have done questionable things with them, either they be male or female. I have slept with them. I drive around town and I chase after them, negotiate with them, because that is part of the ritual. I have to make love to them, not to sleep with them as if I am just abusing them. If it is a man, I will pretend as if I am attracted to him and he makes me his woman. If it is a female, then I propose love to him as if, and when I will be making love to her, I will pretend as if I am making love to a woman that I got married to. I have to do it with love.